I ain't no punk, alright? But I decided, after looking online, looking through my Yahoo News, they did like a top 5. This guy gave a top 5 of movies that made him cry. And like I said, I ain't no punk, but I didn't have my sensitive episodes in my life. Alright, so I figured I would open up to all the Magnusites and let y'all know what movies Tyrone Magnus cried in. What movies the Black Kryptonian cried in. What movies Lord Magnus cried in, okay? I'm gonna let y'all know. Don't fucking laugh neither, alright? Spilling my guts to y'all. Y'all my peoples. Alright. Number 5. Actually, number 6. I got a top 6. Number 6. The Brave Little Toaster. Don't fucking laugh. I told y'all don't laugh. Now look. First time I cried. Look. This is the first movie I can remember crying in. I cried in this movie. I was in 7th grade. And I'll never forget it. We was watching it. It was me and my brother and my mom. And if y'all ain't seen it, those were kids probably seen it. But at the end, his owner is about to get killed in this junkyard by this compactor or something, right? He sacrificed his life. He jumped from a pile of junk into the gears. He got all crushed up and dead just to save his master. Now he ended up living in the end because his master ended up fixing him up later. But I'll never forget, I ran out of the room, ran upstairs. I was crying on my bed. I was all fucked up. 7th grade, goddamn. Anyway, next one is Rudy. Alright? Now look, I know I ain't the only man that done teared the fuck up in Rudy. Alright? That movie was for any man that has, any athlete period, but we're talking about men that has really dug deep, sacrificed, gave all that he could to a sport or whatever. Just men know this as pride, just do your job, to your career, whatever it is. And to finally realize that dream. Shit. I was there with Rudy, man, watching that movie. I was like, oh shit. Yes, he gets to play. That's the fuck I'm talking about. And he sacked the quarterback? Say what? Yo, man, that's like every dude on the planet done cried in Rudy, alright? That was number 4. No, that was number 5. Number 4, Warhorse. Yeah, I said it, Warhorse, goddamn it. Now, look, I wouldn't have saw myself normally crying in this movie, but I got a dog now. I never had a pet before in my life until Sarah bought him a couple years ago. So it's her fucking fault now that I'm all sensitive to animals and people and their pets dying, and I feel for him now and shit. Now he ain't dead, but I just know how I would feel if something happened. I know my attachment to him. And y'all, spoiler alert, at the end, when they about to put the horse down, and he whistles for him, and the horse puts his head up, his ears perk up, he's all like, he put his head down, then he whistled for him again, he was all like, and they met in the middle, the fucking soldiers parted the Red Sea, and they met. Oh shit. I was sitting there next to Sarah like, woo, god damn. I was about to cry my ass off, but I didn't. Alright, number 3. Now, these last 3 have to do with me dealing with tragedy in my life. So, kind of funny, but it ain't. You know what I mean? Y'all might find it entertaining, but it ain't. Okay, ever since I lost my mother, I'm very sensitive to movies when I see a parent die and I see someone going through grief like that. So, next is Avatar. I was like, remember when her dad died? Remember when the girl who he was in love with, when her dad died and she went over and she was crying? I was like, god damn. So Sarah ain't noticed it. I was just like, shit. We was in the movies watching that in 3D. So the glasses hid my tears. Number 2, Land Before Time. Woo! Now look, years ago, when I first saw this as a child, it didn't bother me. Well, of course, I done dealt with my mother's death. I see this little dinosaur, this little baby dinosaur. His mother is dying and she telling him where to go so he can be safe and live and have all the tree stars that will fill his little belly. And he crying. I was just like, oh my God. That was the first movie I found out that I was sensitive to parents dying, because it had been after my mom died and I was watching it with Sarah, and I had to get up and walk out the room. I was just like, woo, woo, time to go, you know what I mean? So, and number one, and I thought I was the only man that cried in this, AI. Say what? Yo, if you don't know what happened at the end of AI, and if you don't know about AI, okay, it's about this little android, okay, he's made to love his mother, to love whoever his parent is, love his mommy. And he'd do anything in the world to please his mommy. And his real brother got rid of him because he like played some fucking games with him and made him malfunction, all this shit. But in the end, he's trying to reach this Tooth Fairy or Blue Fairy or Ice Princess, Ice Fairy, whatever she is, to give a wish to bring my mother back. Well, he ends up like freezing. Like the movie really wasn't that good, but he ended up freezing, and then like 3,000 years later, some aliens come, they find him and reactivate him. And they tell him that they will give him, you know, his mother back for a day. And he had this little robot bear that came with him, and he didn't have any DNA of hers. And the little bear said, here, will this do? And he had a lock of her hair that he had cut off as a child. I started welling up right there. And then they gave him his mom for a day. I was a bitch for the rest of the movie. I'm talking about, you know, when you start crying and then you can't see no more? That's exactly what happened to me. I was fucked up watching that. Any man with a mother that he's close to is gonna have a problem with the ending of that movie, especially if you done lost her. So I done bared my soul and told y'all everything that done, you know, made me cry in movies. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no punk, alright? So don't test me if y'all ever see me in the motherfucking street, goddammit. But anyway, what I want you to do is all the men, look, women, you don't have to comment because y'all cry for anything. But I want the men, y'all can comment if you want to, but I want the men to comment and tell me what movies made y'all tear up and made you cry. Okay, just two different. Just tearing up, Rudy made me tear up. AI made me cry like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Brave Little Toaster made me cry like a bitch. You got what I'm saying? So that's it for today. Post your comments below. Let me know why y'all cried. And don't forget, love me subscribers.